people, we are back.
Literally.
Back. The Boy International Walk. Boy International Walk, sitting with.
Your girl, Tosh, the co-host with them.
And we are back, A2TP podcast, episode 289. And we are back for another episode of us. We back. Y'all back, we back. Let's get right to the show.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Let's sure you can go first. You the birthday boy, so you know.
Birthday boy, yeah. One more year upon them. Next year we do it again.
God willing, yes.
I feel good. I feel good. I had a birthday and was away on vacation. So I feel great. I feel rested. A little bit apprehensive because of what I got coming in front of me. Not apprehensive, I don't want to say that, but just like nervous, I guess, nervous energy, angst. But I feel good. I feel great.
You feel celebrated?
I do feel celebrated. I have a beautiful wife she's probably the most thoughtful person that I've ever known. Like, that's one thing. If I could say, like, you know, point things out about her in our marriage, or if I wanted to say like negative things about her, there's not one. I could never say she's not thoughtful. Like, she is supremely thoughtful. She listens, she remembers, and that like makes me tingle. It really does. So I appreciate that. And I don't know, it's like you do stuff for me a lot, and you make moments for me, you celebrate me, but sometimes you can give a gift that is like so thoughtful that it's like, damn, like, just damn, like the fact that a person can hear something and lock that away and surprise you with it means a whole lot. So I'm super happy that you are as thoughtful. I do feel celebrated. Had an awesome time on vacation, and we'll get to that. But mentally, I feel like a 9. Finances, I would say an 8. Bucket a little low. Let the Lord do his thing and fill that back up. Work, I would say, is a 10 because I ain't been there, and that's a good thing. Get my body rested and about to attack a new challenge. Physically, I feel good. Went to the gym today, worked out. Hadn't worked out in the last couple of days. Talked to God. He gave me a few days to reprieve and rest, and told me get back to it when I can, and I did. So I feel great, man. I feel great, and those are my numbers. What about you?
I feel awesome. Like you said, celebrating you is your birthday is my birthday too. Like I'm always excited to celebrate you. I'm forever grateful. I felt the tear trying to push through. Forever grateful.
While you suck the tear up, I don't want to cut you off, but I saw a meme that said guys who don't care about their birthdays end up with women who make like a parade about their birthdays. And I feel like that's so true. Like, because I spent years not really caring about my birthdays. Maybe I think I had a birthday where nobody said happy birthday to me because I didn't let people know it was my birthday. It just was like, it was just my birthday, and it was the next day, and I just kept going. But that will not happen with you.
Absolutely
and I'm forever
not.
Grateful for that. So that's all I'm forever grateful for that.
I mean, and you know, some people have that mentality of like, you know, only celebrating milestone birthdays and things like that. And I've said this before, but I've witnessed people lose children at a very young age. And that kind of, I always enjoyed celebrating birthdays anyway, because I know like the next one isn't guaranteed.
You knew that at 5 and 6?
No, no, I'm talking
10,
about like
11. Like, you felt that strongly about birthdays, like.
I felt that strongly, but it was like internal, like it wasn't.
But I'm talking about the fact that you knew that these ain't promised to us. So you knew that early?
Yeah, I'm 11, but you to say like why we gotta wait till we,
15.
Yeah, and you know what too? It's so funny because I remember planning like a big. I think what really emphasized it was when I was 16, 17. Like 16 wanted to have like a, awesome sweet 16 birthday, and this was what me wanting to plan like my family or my parents wasn't planning, but I wanted to do something amazing. And I got in a lot of trouble for my right before my 16th birthday. And mm, um um so I had to wait till I was 17.
What I just said?
I know, but you said that so deeply.
I don't know what we got in trouble for. But
I had to wait until I was 17. And it's still me and my girl Jade, we've been friends since we were 13. We had a joint, her birthday is a couple weeks after mine, but we had a joint 17th birthday together. And it was still awesome. And I don't know, it was just one of them things like, who's to say you can only celebrate milestone birthdays? Again, your next birthday isn't guaranteed. So, you want to wait until that, 20, 25. I mean, it's a little different because you got 15 is like a milestone. Then you also got 16. Then you got 18. Then you got 20. Then you got 21. Then after that, it's just like the 5s and 10s. But life is not guaranteed.
Was that in you innately though, or you think the church had something to do with that because you was going young? Well, how did you recognize life is precious when you're that young though? That's what I'm saying. Young kids are innocent and just living life. They don't know you could die today. They think only old people die.
You know what? I always had this thing about death. It's so weird. Like, and anybody can say this at any point, but somebody dying like right at New Year's or at I don't know, it was like people dying like, damn, he didn't quite make it to Thanksgiving, or he didn't quite right make it to Christmas, or he died right after New Year's. Like, and I always think to myself, or like somebody who died like right before their birthday or right after their birthday, like it's something about that time frame, and you can look at that in a myriad of circumstances, but it always made me really ponder about like people dying. What did they think? Did they know they were dying? Yeah. Did they know that exactly? Did they know? And we can't live life without having plans, but you do have to keep in mind, and that's one of the things I always get on you about saying is not saying I can't wait for something, because you may have to. You can look forward to it, but it ain't. And I try to include God willing in all of my plans and wishes, because we could want to do a whole lot of things, but if it ain't part of God's will, it just may not happen. So God willing, we get to experience, we get to do, we get to go, we get to see, but all if it's within God's will. So I don't know if the church necessarily, it wasn't like something that was discussed in church, but I think just and I know we talk about that more. I think just realizing that people can go at any time. I wasn't one of them people.
That's impressive because again, young kids think when you're young, you innocent and you think, old people die. That's how I'm supposed to grow up. Like, you don't know a kid like me can die. Like, that's not something that shocks a kid. But for you to be present in that moment and know, birthdays is important at fucking 10 and 11. It's damn.
You say it's impressive, but it can also be scary, and it can also be like a little traumatic, or like I try to never focus on death, but also, and this is the last thing I'll say about this, is when I was about 11, I think, my dad had a friend, and we knew him all of our life, and he had a son, and we were like the same age. And he died when we was 11. And I don't think I met his son, or maybe I did when I was a kid, but I'll never forget like him and his dad and his mom, they was riding home from wherever they were going, and he was in the back seat, and he said he had a headache, and they just told him to like lay down until he get home, and he never woke up. And I remember being like, just thinking, damn, like a kid my age died like that. Like, we was 11 years old, and I didn't go to his funeral. I remember my mom and dad went to his funeral, but I just remember thinking like, so for like, I didn't look at it like, I thought like people can die at any moment for anything. Like, celebrate life. So celebrating you is always a joy for me. So mentally, I'm like a 9, because like, we both about to enter into a new season, God willing, and all good things. And I'm just grateful and looking forward to his blessings. Finances, a 9. I won't complain because God has truly blessed us and continues to do so. And I know he will continue to do so. And allow us to be a blessing to others. Work is a 10. I had a couple of days off, and it felt really good to just Be off work. And it's okay. What the hell you got the chuckles for? You got the chuckles for? What what are you chuckling for? I'm just laughing. I had some days off of work and it felt good, to be able to put my feet up and relax. He is a psycho right now. And then physically, I'm like a 9. I feel good. That post vacation, getting the house back together and laundry, so I didn't accompany him back to the gym today, but did some stuff around the house. But other than that, had an amazing massage on vacation, so I feel great. I feel great physically.
Wows and woes, ups and downs, stops and goes.
I have no woes. Can't think of any, so I'm not going to fabricate.
Blacks and whites.
I'm not going to fabricate anything because if it ain't at the forefront of my mind, then yeah. But wows is again just being able to celebrate another year of you. Thank God that your mom let your dad come in her. 49 years ago. A little more because she had to carry you for 9 months. But just grateful that you are here with me, and that God allow our lives to align, intertwine, entangle, enmesh, welded, and that my baby is 49, and I'm grateful for you having another year, for us being able to celebrate it in the way we did, for us to be able to have another year of us. And we've been celebrating your birthday since you were 25. We went together. That was your first birthday. We celebrated together. We went to Wildwood with your family. Look how life has changed since then. But I'm just grateful.
Yeah.
Wows and woes for you?
No wow. I mean, no woes. After the week I just had, no woes at all. That's usually what woes are based on the previous week. So I had a fantastic fucking week and no woes. Wows is just tying into I just had a birthday. I'm 49 now. I'm in my 49th year of life.
Thank you, Jesus.
God willing, trying to get to the 50th. I had a thought about it, but I always thought about this: why they don't count the 9 months that you when you in the belly. I have a real problem with that. I noticed we asked this question before, but you're living inside the belly. You should at least come out one.
But how do they get? What about kids that are born premature? And you're not in the belly for a year. So what do they just? And how do you know?
10 months. I mean, you think that time shouldn't be counted at all?
You are in vitro. You are counted from the time that you are born, the time that you are separated from your mother. When that cord is cut.
All right, I can't push back on that.
Yeah, I mean that time is a different time. You're a fetus. Then when you're born.
Yeah, but you're not a fetus at a certain point. Like when they say you can't get an abortion no more, that's when you're not a fetus. When you're kicking and hooting and hollering in there and all that kind of shit, then you're a baby. At some point, when they give you pictures, you're not a peanut no more or a fetus. You're a whole baby when they show you them color pictures and you actually smile at the camera and shit.
I thought a fetus was the baby inside of your belly.
A fetus is a certain thing that's up to a certain point in weeks. And then after that, it's a baby. So
okay.
I think that's what the whole abortion thing is based around. Up to a certain amount of weeks, you can't because it ain't a fetus no more. It's actually a kid. It's a baby.
Well, that's a different comment because if that's the case, then why some states, that's a whole different conversation. But I mean, you can't count those. You can't. But what I will say, these new babies today is and you had mentioned this before. We can just talk about this real quickly, but these new babies are different. They are walking early. Mm-hmm. It was this video, my sister was telling me, she said this baby was walking and it was so little. The mom was like scared of it a little bit. Like, what are you doing on your two legs walking?
Yeah.
These kids be looking in the cameras. I think, too, because they seeing their reflections earlier, like, because everybody got a phone in their damn face all the time. So these babies different.
They are. 49 years ago, I wasn't like that. I wasn't like that at all.
How old were you when you walked? Do you know?
Oh, I would say 9 or 10 months.
Okay.
Yeah, 9 or 10.
Because sometimes boys are later, are late walkers.
I wasn't one.
Okay.
When I was walking, I was potty trained at 2. Like, I remember that, being potty trained at 2. I didn't want to wear pull-ups or diapers or any of that shit.
I don't think they had pull-ups back then when we was younger.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. I didn't want to wear drawers or anything like that. Like, I just wanted to, be naked. But I wanted to use the bathroom. So I was potty trained at 2. Talking, I hit all my milestones. I mean, I wasn't.
Do you remember not that you would remember, but somebody may have told you what your first word was?
No.
Okay.
No.
I don't know mine.
I wish I could ask those kind of questions. But no, I don't know what my first words was. I could ask those questions, but who would say that person would remember?
They probably would, but who knows?
Yeah. But yeah, nigga had a birthday, man. I'm 49 years old, and to celebrate my birthday, me and my wife went to Jamaica, our place that we go to celebrate my birthday, and it was our, vacation, and we had a blast.
A beautiful time.
A beautiful time. She bought me clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was out there feeling good, looking good, eating good, good energy, good vibes.
I got him tickets to some shows.
Yeah, she bought me tickets to some shows, a comedian that I like, a singer that I like. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm grateful that I'm in my 49th year of life. I'm super grateful that I get to do it with her since I was 25. That she's been along for this journey. The dark places where I didn't really want to celebrate birthdays, and now I can't wait for my birthday. God willing, the next one is 50. Which I hope we are around to celebrate it even bigger than we did this year, on a different level, because 50 is big. But yeah, it's been a delight to celebrate 41 and 43 and 27 and all the weird ages. It's just been a blast to do it with her, and she always makes it special for me. She always cares and is deeply enthusiastic about shit. And she truly wants to celebrate me. And when you have a person that has that kind of spirit about you, not only does it make you want to celebrate them, but it just lets you know that you with the right person, that you cared for. So I appreciate you for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But can I tell a funny birthday story?
Sure.
One time, y'all, I gave him a surprise birthday party. It was with some of our family and friends at a bowling alley, and it was the wrong year. I thought he was 35 that year, and he wasn't yet. He was only 34. So we celebrated his 35th birthday a year earlier. And this
was in the midst of all the
he knew, of course he knew, but I love him so much because he never told me. I said something to him after the fact. I think
I remember too.
Counting. I was like,
hold up.
Like a week or so later, I was like, you're not 35. And he was just like, it's a nice birthday anyway. I'm like, oh my God, who celebrates the wrong year? Oh my God. And of course he knew as soon as he walked in and seen I don't know, did you think to yourself when you seen it was a surprise, why are we celebrating 34? Or did you, when you see the 35 on the cake?
I knew what was up. I just knew you didn't know yet.
I knew,
but you didn't connect the dots.
Yeah. And it was oh my goodness.
You knew, but you didn't connect the dots. But I do remember when you recalled it. That pops in my head, because we were talking about something, and when we were born, and I think when you were born, and you was like, yeah, you was born in 77, right? And it was like, yeah. And then you was watching TV, and you was like, and I seen the light bulb go off. You was like, baby. It's oh my God.
You
34. And it's like, it's math. So, like, I can't argue with you. It was like, yeah.
Yeah.
But why you ain't say nothing? It was like, yeah, what am I going to say?
Like, you got the wrong number on the cake? Wow, that was like...
Still was a beautiful birthday.
Yeah, that was a snafu. Yep. How do you? I mean, how was your last year leading up to 49? Like from, you turned 48 last year. We were in the same place last year. Well, the same place as far as we went to the same place to celebrate. That's not only is Jamaica his favorite place, that where we go is our favorite resort in Jamaica. But, life has changed since, 2025 to 2026. So, how was the last year for you?
I would say the first 6 months, because my birthday's in August. So the first 6 months going into Christmas was great. Life was the status quo. Everything was good. We're doing what we're supposed to do, just chugging along, moving ahead. And the top of the year came, and you lost your job. So it was like, okay, like let's not panic so much, because you had other resources and things like that. So it was just like, you can't help but to not panic, because I never known you to not have a job. I never known you to, you're not that type of person. Like, you like to work and contribute and be a functioning member of society and all that kind of stuff. So I never known you to not want a job. I've known you to not have a job, but I never known you to not want to have a job. So it was just like, wow, what do we do? Where we're going to go? Not like we getting kicked out of our house, but I mean, like, in life, like, what's our next move? What's your thoughts? What are you thinking? How you going to process this? How am I processing this? We need some therapy. Like, all those kind of things was happening.
Well, no, because actually we had started back therapy in like November, December, and then that's when January.
We were on a call basis. Like, so it was like, this is something I'm calling for. Like, we need to sit down and discuss. So it was like just it hit our family. Even though it's us two, it's our family, and it was just like, what do we do now? So a lot of responsibility to really, really drive the ship was on my shoulders. And I'm not going to lie, there was some moments in there that was unsure, because we were just unsure of decisions and how things were going to look. But once we sat down and had some decent conversations, I felt better about it. And I knew that I wanted to support you either way it went. So I felt good about that. And I knew, like, we've been in worse situations and we've always prevailed. Like, the partner that I have, she ain't gonna let me down. I ain't gonna let her down. So whatever season we're in, it's cool. I've been in a bad season for 23 years and it was cool. So if she need a year, 2 years, or even want to pivot in life, who am I to not support that? So I was good with that once everything had calmed down. Like, when did that happen?
January 26th.
Around March. I would say I was content with how everything was moving and working, and we had a sense of normalcy, under our roof again. So for that second part of the year, that's how that felt for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does getting older, and not that this doesn't necessarily have to be in a negative way, even though the connotation that comes along with it, most people think negatively. But do you feel any closer to your mortality? And the reason why I say it doesn't have to be in a because when people hear mortality, they just, automatically think about.
I know what you mean, and I don't want to answer it. I didn't want to ask the question like that, even though it's worded that way. But I don't want to answer it that way. No, I don't think that I mean, obviously, I'm a year older, so I don't think that I'm any closer to my mortality than I was a year ago, other than I'm a year older, if that makes sense. But I don't think like about dying anymore or death any more than I did a year ago.
Okay.
But it does make you think that, or you come to grips with, you have more time. You might have more time behind you than you do in front of you.
Yeah.
Because again, when you get to numbers like 49 and 50, again, I saw a meme that said 49 is 50, but do it again. So it's like, can you do another 50 years? Can you get to 100? That's the hard part. Once you get to 50 or 49 and you in that age range, 45 to 55, especially for black men, if you make it to like almost 60 and hit 60, you probably can cruise to your 80s, because that in that 50 range, so many of us have complications and prostate cancer and all types of sicknesses and diabetes and blah 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 blah. It's just like a sweet spot for black men. So to breach that, it's like, holy shit,
sour spot.
Yeah, it's a sour spot. So to breach that and get past it, you feel like, okay, I'm living, like I'm living. So no, I don't think about death any more than I did a year ago, a week ago. But I do know that I might have more time behind me than in front of me, because again, 49 years old, if somebody was to say do 49 again, all right, you 98, nigga.
I'm up for the challenge.
Yeah, I want to, but you know, it's 98's hard.
Yeah.
98's hard. 100's hard. And you see people, you know, centurions at 114, 109, you know, 107. And you just think, God damn, God bless you. And I know at that age, you can't be 111 and think about not dying every day. Like, you can't be. Every time you go to sleep, you might think every single day, Lord, if I wake up. And then you do, and it's like, damn. But I'm sure at night, being 111, you thinking, all right, like, am I going to be 120 one day, 130? I know I don't have much time left if I'm 111.
But I wonder, like, if you are, because I mean, they show some of those men and women, and it's for some, it's usually women, but they show some and they look like they're in good spirits. They're speaking well. They're not sickly. They're surrounded by family. You know, they're having birthday celebrations, and you think if you're in that situation and you're as healthy as you can be for 106. And, you know, you still got your hair done, your makeup done, you're speaking well, you're talking about the things you've done in life, you may not feel like this is it. Now, if you're sickly, then of course, I would imagine your mindset is different.
Okay, so the oldest person on record in the United States history to be the oldest person is 117. Would be 111.
You might be thinking,
am I going to beat this motherfucker?
You might. You might be up for the challenge. You know? I mean, I'm just saying. But I mean, it's not, I wouldn't think it's irrational to think that I wouldn't think that it is irrational for you to think about death. But if you told me that you didn't, then it would be like, okay, wow, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
No, I don't feel, and I did a lot of those 49 years without the presence of God, like in my heart. So I feel like I probably can do 49 more years with him in my heart the way he is now.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, I feel like I'm living with a different type of force these days. So yeah, I feel great. I feel energized. Like I said, I go to the gym 3, 4, 5 times a week. And I'm always going to do that. That's always going to be a part of my life. And yeah, God willing, always going to be a part of my life, moving, exercising, not being stagnant and still, and hopefully, and eating right. So yeah, I feel great. I feel good. And that's that.
I'm excited for you. I'm excited for what is to come, what God has in store for you, for us, and just excited to see, how these years. It's almost like as you get older. I'm speaking for myself, like that mortality question. To me, it's not even so much you think about your mortality, but for me, you do think of life in a different way, of not feeling like, oh, woe is me, I'm getting close to the death, but almost like I got so much living to do because I ain't taking it for granted. Like I got so much living to do, so many things I want to do. And at the same time, you get to a certain point where it's like, I also don't have to do nothing that I don't want to do.
And the people
the freedom in that is like,
The people that genuinely love you, you realize. I mean, nobody wants to die alone, but the people that love you and been rocking with you, you want to hold on to them, and that's definitely my wife. That's definitely my sisters, my nieces and nephews. Like, you enjoy being like around. Like when we go down to Georgia, like I love that shit. Like I love being around them and just having that type of family time. And because if you didn't, you never would be, experiencing these things, and you go years without being having a get together or something like that.
Yeah.
So I love those things. I love the way our group of people love each other, and when we do pop up on them, I love that. So yeah, the people that love you, you want to just love them back as you get older. And again, it's not you thinking about death. It's just something innately in you.
Yeah.
That
you want more life.
Yes, exactly, because you know that you've probably lived you lived to a big age, so it ain't a lot. It's like it can't explain it. It's just something innately in you that pulls you closer to your family, living, like she said, wanting to live more. You're not walking around, woe is me, I'm getting old. You trying to fight that shit. You trying to get moving, get active. Let's do something. Let's go here. Let's do this. Let's do that. Like, you're not trying to just sit in the house.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, speaking of time, how much time we have in front of us, behind us, God willing, those years are many more to come. Little pivot. If somebody offered us $10 million, okay?
Mm-hmm.
$10 million, could we not have sex for 2 years?
I think we would want to try. I don't think we would make it. So I think the more definite question would be, how long do you think we would last in the 2 years? I think we probably, for $10 million, we probably can stay committed. And I'm just ballparking this. It might not even last that long, depending on, like, you come past me naked or smell good or some shit like that. 6 months. 6 months. Because we can look and tell each other, listen, we done did 23 years of some shit, like 2 years, like we can do that kind of standing on our head. We just can't have sex. We can fondle and look and flirt and do all that kind of stuff, and you can flick the bean and I can go over here and flick my bean, and but we can't have sex.
We can't flick each other's?
No, that's like sex. No. But I would think we would get 6 months out of the 2 years, and then after that I think we would cave.
6 months is a long time. I was thinking like 30 days, but
30 days.
No, because we've gone 6 weeks for medical, like when I had surgery, whatever. So I would say 90 days, maybe. I don't know. 6 months is a long. Let me just say this: I love that our life, our relationship, the level of intimacy we have far exceeds the bed, far exceeds bumping and grinding. The level of intimacy that we share, we can be fully clothed and have such a beautiful, intimate moment. So that, I think, is important in any relationship. And I've said this to people, like, sex can be great, but when you get up, what's next? Like, if that's all that's great, your relationship probably sucks, because when you get up, what's next? So the level of intimacy that we share between each other is something that I really treasure. And we didn't always have that. I really, really treasure that. However, sex is like medicine, like therapy. Sometimes, in some of those moments. Sometimes it's just lust and us wanting each other and needing each other and craving each other. But sometimes it's really like therapy. And I'll say this: sometimes the medicinal part of it might just be our bodies touching, holding each other, but we can't do that and then it not end up in sex.
I don't think we'd be able to sleep naked.
I was about to say we sleep naked, so we would not. That's why I'm saying 6 months is a long time, because we would have to say, okay, babe, we're gonna sleep with clothes on. How long you lasting sleeping with clothes on?
30 minutes. Some shit like that.
Or we would take turns. okay, you sleep with clothes on tonight, I sleep with clothes, like we alternate.
I could never. I've never slept with drawers and shit on. Like, not unless like I was over somebody's house or some children was like I've never I've never done anything. I'm always naked in the bed.
I during my time of the month and I'll sleep with underwear on, but I can't imagine having like pajama pants or tights on in a blanket rubbing the covers or yeah, like that I couldn't imagine. But $10 million, maybe if you get some satin pajamas, that way it wouldn't be as much friction because it'd be soft rubbing the blanket. We would have to, or
and I couldn't wear silk or satin. I would always be hard.
Because
it's always that silky rubbing. It's all that shit. I would always be hard.
Or what if I just wore the pajamas? And
then you would feel slippery and soft and shit.
So how we lasted 6 months?
I'm out of adrenaline, like, yo, we're going to get this 10 mil.
My thing is this, though. If we know going into it, we're not going to last 2 years, then why punish ourselves for 6 months?
What if they pay us up front and just said, if y'all have sex, you got to get the money back? So we got the money.
That might be more of an incentive. Because it's in our account and we see it.
You just got to make it.
I think one day I might just wake you up like, baby, transfer them back their money. or like, you remember when we was in Mexico when I had to tell you what I did? Mm-hmm. I might be like, baby, it's going, I sent it back. It's going, I sent it back. And you might be shocked, but you wouldn't be mad at me.
No, I would take it out on you having sex. I would pound real hard.
Yeah, I mean, 2 years is
bad girl.
and it makes me think too. It's like the things that people will do for money, and I ain't fronting like 10 million ain't a lot. It ain't life changing money.
It's $5 million a year.
But the I don't know what kind of like.
It's true when they say sex is 10% of your marriage when you're getting it, and it's 90% of your marriage when you're not. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and again, we mentioned this before, so it's not like we have angry sex, but thank you God, even though it seems like we get on here, quite a few times saying like, we might have had some beef or something, but our beef is, thank God, minor. It's not like we have a lot of moments where we don't have sex because we're mad at each other. You know what I mean? So,
but also we've also shared that we can't have sex if we're not connected.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Two things can be true. Okay.
But it's not a lot of those moments at this period in our life. Thank God. Like we've done a lot of healing. We're still on the healing journey. So yeah, we don't have sex when we're angry or not connected to one another. But those moments are few and far between. But 2 years.
I think you just see it simple. It's simple for me. Like if we're mad at each other, we're not having sex, and if we're not mad at each other, we are having sex. Yeah. So I want to have sex.
So
I like having sex, so I don't want to be mad at you. I hope you don't want to be mad at me. So whatever the fuck we arguing at, let's not let this go too far because we're not going to have sex. And you know what that does? Like, so let's just not go this way.
But in a healthy way, we approach that. Like, we don't just sweep it under the rug. It's like, let's talk through this. Let's get to the bottom. Yeah. Let's do what we got to do so that we can get back to what we're getting back to. Exactly. Yeah, but again, I just... like I said, and when I say sex is therapy, sex is medicine, it's one of them things, you having a bad day, or you're having a great day, and it's like you need that cherry on top, or it's you just need some hugs and kisses, and it's one of them things. Now again, God forbid we couldn't have sex. I really, really love the fact that we know how to comfort and be intimate with one another. But I said we lasted the 6 weeks when, it was health things, but I was begging you when the doctor told me I couldn't, and you were like, we gotta listen to the doctor. I was like, please, it's been 4 weeks. Like, we'll be okay.
Just put the tip in.
You was like, absolutely not. I'm not hurting you.
I'm not breaking nothing. I couldn't for my 6 weeks.
Well, yeah, when you're 6 weeks,
I fucking absolutely couldn't.
Yeah.
Like, if I could go back to the surgery, if I did some shit, like I couldn't.
Yeah, but but let me ask this. How long, I think at 26 years of us being together, we've probably been having sex for 27, but 26 years, I'll say. It wasn't always the best, right? We were, I'm not going to say we're kids, but we were young.
Yes.
How long did it take for you to know how? And you're 49, you've been having sex a long time in your life.
That's all right. That's
long time in your life.
That's all relative. How long did it take me to know how to have sex with you? I would say 26 years, a dozen.
So after 12 years?
Yeah, okay. Maybe a dozen. It was like, okay, I kind of know what you like, what you expect, where you like to be touched and all those kind of things. Yeah, so it probably took a decade or more. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a decade or more. It wasn't like a fast thing. It was like a decade or more. But I mean, so that's just knowing how to have sex with you. Yeah. That's not asking how good sex was with you. That's just knowing how to have sex with you.
Right.
So yeah, it took that long just to kind of like I know how to satisfy you.
Right. I would say the same, because I was thinking like my 30s, like my early 30s is when I felt like, don't get me wrong, knowing how to have sex with you, but also knowing for myself like how to not allow it to just be I don't want to say transactional, but how to not allow it to just be like this. Mm-hmm. Like how like
just
in and out.
Intercourse.
Exactly, just intercourse, and really learning how to make the best of it. And it's one of them things you think like if you're having sex in your 20s, like you go through your 20s and you will, like, I remember like getting to my 30s thinking, what the hell was we doing? Because it got so good at in the 30s. And then it continued to improve. Like, and I had heard that before, like, growing up, where you don't really know what you're doing till you're 40. And like, it was one of them things I remember being in my 30s, like, baby, like them 20s. I mean, I don't want to say they was wasted, because you needed that experience to be able to build upon.
Yourself, learn your body.
I think that is the most important thing. Learning yourself, learning what you like, what you don't like, how to speak up. I know so many women, or I won't say know personally, but know of and have seen conversations that women have about like them not speaking up or saying. And that's one thing I can give us credit. Even in our 20s, we were, I guess just because of the friendship, the communication that we have, we were vocal with each other. Like, I don't like when you do this. Mm-hmm. I don't like, or even if afterwards, like, when you did this thing, I ain't really like that. Yeah. Or do this differently. Or like, we've always been vocal and never even, I never got the vibe from you that you were taking offense to anything.
No.
And I never took but we were always receptive to the feedback from each other.
Because I'm interested, not like it's my whole ego, but if I do that act and I get up, I want to know how I did. Mm-hmm. Like, I want to know, not like just on some ego shit, like, did you like it? Did I pound it out? No, like, did I do what you needed for me to do? Like, are you okay? Like, mm-hmm. that kind of shit. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, we ultimately responsible for ourselves, but I want to participate. I want to be in the mix. I want to be in the know of what's going on.
Well, and I think for me, and not to like sound selfish, like I want this to feel good, so I have to speak up. Like, mm-hmm. I want it to be enjoyable. Yes, I guess I was trusting you to tell me what you needed, so I needed to say what I needed or didn't need or want or didn't want, because like, if I didn't like something, I don't want it to happen again. If something didn't feel good, and in a good way but bad way, like that came from trauma, like I'm not gonna let something happen to me that I don't enjoy, that I don't want. Like, don't do that again. Don't touch me like that again. Don't, whatever. So that was like, speaking up for me was just always important, even when it comes to sex. Like, when you did this thing, I ain't like that. Or when you do this, do it this, can you try this way instead? Like, that was always important to me, because I don't need to just be laying here just for you to be humping on me.
Mm-hmm.
I need for this to feel good. And then I'm going to trust that you give me some feedback, so that, because what you would say to me sometimes, don't just be here like a dead fish.
Being totally transparent, we just had sex a couple days ago. And she asked or requested something, and I didn't hear her. But my hair was down, so my ears are covered. The TV was on, so I didn't hear her. Not that I wouldn't oblige, because I definitely would have, but I didn't hear her. And that experience that we had wasn't 100% the best for her, because of, she didn't get what she was asking for. And again, not that I wouldn't have obliged. I literally didn't hear it. But that just speaks to her speaking up about, yo, like, I asked for this and you didn't do it, and no, I didn't really like this experience. Yeah, it was cool, but you know what I mean?
It was like,
yeah, like,
what happened?
I'm like, it was cool, but it was like, okay, my bad. Because again, I did not hear it, and I didn't. If she would have, what she requested, if I would have heard it, I would have did it, but I did not hear it.
Yeah,
like, I've never ignored her in sex. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. So yeah, that's just being totally transparent. She will speak up.
Yeah. I mean, and I think that's important for women to, if you're with a man and you can't, if you can't ask for what you want for your own body, now you can't ask a man to let you, like, he has to agree to something on his body. Like, if he say, no, you can't bite my tit, you can't be mad. But you should be willing to ask for things for your own body, and he should be willing to oblige. Again, as long as it's not like crossing no boundary. Like, I was telling my husband, I seen a conversation on Threads where women was saying how they like to be slapped, and he was like, I'm not slapping you. Like,
yeah, some hills you're just gonna
like,
die
I'm not slapping you. Like, so I mean, there are some things that a man, because of his beliefs and his morals, he might be like, nah, I'm not engaging. But as a woman, you should be okay with asking for what you want for your own pleasure. Like, it's your body. You're not just there for his pleasure. Now, sometimes we may be awakened in the middle of the night, dragged by our ankles to the edge of the bed.
You are there for my pleasure.
Yeah.
Like, but that's just how it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
That's marriage. Like, you are there for my pleasure. And you can do the same too. You just do yours a different way.
Yeah. But then you get accused of things.
Yeah. Have you ever thought of these questions pertaining to sex for you? It's a few questions, so let's try to get through them.
Okay.
Am I good enough at this?
Good enough?
Am I good at this?
Oh, I have. And I mean, I think I'm
and
pretty
all
good.
this is pertaining to us.
Right, yeah.
So, am I good at this?
I ain't never had sex with nobody else, so I'm only talking about you.
Okay, I forgot.
Yeah. I've thought about it, and in my mind, I think I'm damn good.
I thought about it a lot, and in my mind, I think I'm good. But again, I don't want to be so have so much hubris that I get myself lost in I'm the shit.
Yeah, I mean, I say it a little facetiously.
Like, I would rather let you praise me than me saying, or walk around with my chest up like I'm the shit.
Let's
and
be
I just gave out some trash dick.
Let's be very transparent. You are very hard on yourself. As for you to be the confident man that you are, like, in everything that you do, and we ain't gonna go into too many details. We're talking about our sex life, but we ain't going to too many details. You have nothing to not be confident about, and you are so hard on yourself.
Because as just life as a man, as a 49-year-old man, you don't give out A+ dick every time. So sometimes you give out trash dick. But when you mean to give out a dick, you don't want to give out trash dick. So that's what I'll be thinking about. Like, okay, I came into this with the confidence of giving out a dick, and then I ended up giving out D dick.
No.
So that's when it be like,
that's what I
now,
mean when you're hard on yourself. Because what you're calling a D to me might have been a B plus. Yeah, it might not have been.
I'm talking about my headspace. If I go into it just knowing, all right, yeah, I'm gonna roll over, get like 10, 11, and then it's a wrap, then I know what type of level I'm on, and I'm not expecting you to be like, oh my God, what, like, you just did this thing and then we'll do it again. No, I'm not expecting that. But if I tell myself, yeah, I'm gonna put it down and I'm gonna do the thing, and then I do the thing, and you like pick up a book and start reading, it's like, what the fuck just happened? Like, I thought I was coming in with confidence this time. Like, that's what I'm saying. So it's my headspace. It's not the thing you talk about.
But that doesn't mean it was trash. Okay, I mean, I get what you're saying.
Right. As long as you get what I'm saying.
I do get what you're saying.
Because you're right, it's all relative. But
right,
in my mind,
I'm just saying that's what I started off saying. You are super hard on yourself. Like you think because every time I'm not like, the other day I was snoring. Well, not snoring. Like I fell asleep, and you talk about get up. It wasn't all that. And like you don't. My reaction afterwards is not always. Sometimes it might be so good. It's like a cup of coffee, and I'm up. It just because I'm not knocked out afterwards, or just because I'm not immobile for the next few hours, it doesn't. So you shouldn't use that as a measuring stick. Is what I'm saying. Sometimes it's so good that it could be like, whew, like you know how we talk about your second wind
like
when
you washed your face, you refreshed.
Like, or your second wind when you're on the treadmill and it's like you you should be burnt out, but you got this burst of energy, like it got gooder at the end.
Okay.
You know, so that shouldn't be your measuring stick. Is all I'm saying.
All
right. So, but yeah, and I, as far as me being good, I kind of feed off of your reaction, and I ask, like, again, sometimes you say I talk too much, but I mean, you know, so I think I'm good.
Do I know enough?
That I you know what I feel like
that can fall into the realm of not wanting to be mundane, exploration.
Yeah.
How much are we exploring different things?
I'm always willing to learn
new things.
I mean, our new is gonna like plateau at some point because it's like we ain't entering. It's certain things we're not gonna do. Like we're not entering extra accessories. We're not entering extra people. But I do think, you know, I mean, you said you're not going to slap me, you know, I wanted to try that out, but, but I am always open to, do I know enough? I know what I know and I'm willing to learn more. That's how I look at it. You know, I know what I know and I think I know enough for this moment, but it doesn't mean I know everything. So I'm always willing to learn more.
Right. I feel the same way. I'm going to piggyback on what you said. I think I know enough to be 49, but I'm always willing to learn.
Yeah.
Do you look sexy or handsome enough?
Okay, I'll let you go first.
I used to think that before I lost weight. I didn't like.
You like how you look?
Myself naked.
Wow. And you never really spoke about that.
No, because I had this huge gut. And hair, and you know, I just didn't think I looked good as a man, or sexy or handsome as a man. Like past the face card stuff. If I got a haircut and shaped up, yeah, you're gonna say I look handsome, but when I take my clothes off, do you think I'm handsome? When the image, and again, society can say a sexy man is no hair on his chest, muscles, and all that shit. I know my wife not into that, and she has a different type of sexy, but it still makes me think like, okay, did I go too far? Like, you know, I was 290 pounds. You don't like big dudes. You don't like bigums. You racist against big people. So I didn't, you know, if I was 330, would you be like, yeah, babe, like sex ain't the same with you no more? Like, it's weird. Your belly's on my back.
It's different because it's like when you're with, and I think this is unfortunately why a lot of times couples get big together. It's because like when you're with a person, it's hard to like we look at pictures and I'll be like, babe, look at the progress you made. But in those moments that person doesn't look like that to you. At least I can speak for myself. You know, it's like now it might be them walking by or doing something and you catch a glimpse, but like and maybe it's because you're with that person every day and you don't see it until a change is made. So nah, I never looked at you like that. As far as me looking or sexy, so you make me feel like the sexiest bitch in the world, and like I of course like in terms of weight, like yeah, I wish I was smaller, but when it's me and you and lights on, lights off, whatever it is,
action.
Yeah,
I was going to say, you ooze sexiness to me. Like it's regardless of your weight, and I would have to get into detail because I would have to speak about specific parts of your body, which I'm not for the internet. But I can't explain it without going into detail. she just sexy. Yeah, she's sexy, and I'm gonna just leave it there because I don't want to trip over my word. Even though we got a good editor, she just sexy. She oozes sexiness to me, and she always has. And when I married her, she even like squeezed a little bit more ooziness, like sexiness out. So, yeah, you've always been sexy to me, and especially when we're doing that, you're super duper duper sexy. So. I don't know what it is, how you look, the look in your eyes, your body, like it. Yeah, it's a bit much.
I was say we're gonna have to put an R rating on the on this episode. What turns you on?
You skipped the thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I doing? Do you think like am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing?
I always think that. Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Is this what she wanted to do? Or even if it's not, is she enjoying this? Even if I wanted to do it. Like, is she enjoying this? So, yeah, I'm always thinking, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? What's the reason why she wanted to have sex? Is it because she felt a tingle there? Maybe she wants to do this specific thing. Maybe she wants to dominate this experience. Like whatever it is, it makes me think like, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing?
Yeah, I think I do.
And I kind of gauge that off you. Like if you're not totally taking control, then yeah, I'll take the lead. But if you're, you have an agenda, then again, exploration. Okay, this might be different.
Yeah, I think too. I feel the same way, and I also feed off of your energy. Like, what does he want? And sometimes like, yeah, what am I supposed to be doing? What does he want me to do? Or I'll think, oh, do this because he likes this, or surprise him with this. So yeah, I mean it's
or
in my mind.
Feel like I want to do what I want to do right now. Yeah. Like he wasn't thinking about sex. I initiated this, so I'm going to do what I want to do.
Yeah, it's in my mind, but then I'm also in the moment, so I don't let it consume me. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna do what we gonna do. So I don't let it consume me where I'm constantly thinking, but it is in my mind. Right? What turns you on?
Being wanted. Being wanted turns me on. We both initiate sex. We in the past we it was kind of lopsided, but now it's kind of evened out. Well, I'm gonna just say we both do better. But
I was guilty of that, of relying on your initiative.
Throw you under the bus.
I'm okay with that, with relying on your. It wasn't that I didn't want to. I think I just kind of became complacent with always knowing that. It was like in my mind, like he know that I want to, so anytime he want to, he can come over. But also having to realize you want to be approached too, so that I did have to adjust.
Yeah. And also, when we have sex like crazy, like like the camera on, like that type of crazy. Yeah, that turns me on.
Yeah.
And also specific things that you do, but again, this is the internet. Y'all not getting that.
Yeah. Or we could charge OnlyFans.
We can go Patreon. You know? I'm saying y'all can come over to Patreon, but
I think it's certain things. Sometimes it could just be the way that you look at me. Sometimes the way that you touch me. Sometimes it's us laughing and talking. Mm-hmm. It don't take much. Sometimes
a good laugh, a good chuckle.
Yeah. Sometimes it could just be a great day that we had together. But I try not to get in my head too much, because you ever have these days where like we can have a great day and you be thinking like this is how you want the night to end, and it never, like, that doesn't happen. Yeah. So I try to again be in the moment, but those things that turn me on is just I love when your hair is down.
But I think that's our relationship, where you was talking about the intimacy part. Like we can have 2, 3, 4 great conversations that day, great meal, awesome laughs, just been together in each other's face all day. And no, we didn't have sex at the end of the night, but the intimacy still was there all day long. You know what I'm saying? All day long. We just didn't have intercourse. Now, we might have fucked in the morning, but that night didn't cap off with sex. We looked over, I was asleep, you was doing what you was doing, and that's just it.
Yeah. But yeah, I think, us being our best selves, that to me, a peaceful day, like a good chill day, and seeing you or just be relaxed and worry free. And again, sometimes the way you look at me, the way you touch me, it's the small thing. That's the thing too. It's the small things. Like, of course the grand gestures are the grand gestures, but I don't need, I love when you buy me flowers or gifts and all that. And of course that's all beautiful, but it don't take that to turn me on. Yeah.
What makes you feel connected?
When our conversations, like, that is, and we're talking about in a sexual way. So I think, I don't know, sometimes it feels like we're so in sync, and those are probably the moments where it gets like really crazy, because it's like, so the fire is so high and we're so in sync, and it's almost like everything is so loud it gets quiet in our room, and it just, so that connection is when we know everything that the other one wants and nobody says a word.
You should tape just the sound and listen to the sound. That's the porno.
Yeah.
What makes me feel connected? You when I have your complete attention. When I have your complete attention. At the start of sex, in the middle of sex, at the end of sex, when I have your complete attention. That makes me feel connected. And the way you look at me, the way we can look at each other, I would say,
Okay.
What would happen if we stopped trying to have good sex and just was present for the experience?
I think that is already, because again, I never go into it even though you're hard on yourself.
Come on, you gotta go into it thinking I'm gonna give him some good cat.
No, but what I'm saying is I rarely feel, it's not like a feeling of like, oh, last time was bad, I hope this is good. Like, it's almost like, you try to outdo the last time because it was so good, or 2 times ago and was like, oh, that day was like amazing. So I mean, it's one of them things where,
so you don't go into our sex with no expectations. That's what I'm saying. What if you lost the expectations and just was there for the experience, whether we was just touching each other or just fondling each other, or intercourse was not the biggest part of the sexual experience, like,
right.
And it wasn't like a kind of not a robotic thing, but kind of a step-by-step thing where these are the steps we're taking to get to the end. Where it's like we just was there and
So
we don't know what steps we're going to take.
So to answer your question, what would happen? I think that would like unlock another level of intimacy. Like I remember years ago, and I probably wasn't prepared or really truly knowing tantric sex. Like, and I still have never like really looked into it, but I know it talks about like those, you looking at each other, just being in each other's presence, and that level of intimacy that you can have with someone without even touching, or without maybe touching but not touching genitalia, but it's like it can take you to that place. So I think in that instance, if like we were to just go into it without those expectations and just going for whatever the moment leads to, that probably would unlock like a new level of intimacy.
Yeah, I also think the same thing. I never really thought about it that way, like going into it. Of course, I have expectations that I want to perform well.
Right.
You seem to always perform well.
And you do too.
Except when you dead fish me that time. But but yeah, just being there, it makes me.
Well, at least you ain't telling about the time when you called 911.
It makes me. I'm not even gonna go there. That's a whole different story.
When you called 911 on me.
When I called 911, I had to have a conversation with you first. But that's a whole nother story. We running late.
Okay.
But no, that makes me think about not necessarily tantric sex, because I'm not gonna look at you, but for so long. But just the freeness of not getting right to it, of not getting into that, and doing a whole bunch of the other stuff, whether it be touching or kissing or moving around or whatever it may be. Yeah, that makes you, and it probably would, I know it would be a whole different experience. Yeah.
I don't think we have no time for grams. We about to go get right to it. It's like, no. I'm joking.
No time for grams, though, but we went over. But Act 2 the podcast, episode 289.
Happy birthday, baby.
I appreciate you. I appreciate another year of life. I appreciate all the people out there that wish me happy birthday. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, we back. Y'all back. Episode 289. We got sexual on y'all. Hope we didn't give y'all too much. This is the internet. But I feel good. Hope y'all like this episode. It's your boy International Walk.
It's your girl Tasha goes with the mostest.
Y'all should know by now. If y'all fuck with us, y'all fuck with us. If you don't, you should. Peace.